We are back. We are now talking about Shaman for our Madness of the Dark Moon at the Darkmoon Faire Lightforge card valuation stream podcast YouTube video. This is Adwinka.
Great. This is Merps. Let's talk about Shaman. Good old Shaman does crazy things, loves to do things. Let's talk about their best card.
Okay, so Shaman's going to be really good in this expansion. Their top card before the expansion happened is Eye of the Storm. And just to set the standard, Eye of the Storm is 317. It is really large. It is, I think, the best card in the game right now. That may or may not be true.
No.
Okay, that is not true. But it is one of the top cards in the game. And you know, if you get to turn 10 and someone plays it, you're kind of screwed usually. So none of the Shaman cards we're gonna get in this expansion is better than this, but we get a couple that are close. So the first one that is close is the number one Shaman card of this expansion, Whack-A-Null Hammer. Whack-A-Null Hammer is a 3-mana, 3/2 weapon that says, after your hero attacks, give a random friendly minion +1/+1. So
This is just good. There's nothing tricky about this. Like, man, yes, I would like an Eaglehorn bow or a fiery war axe with some stats attached to it on my minions. Man, that is good.
And the stats have initiative too, if your minion has initiative. So
Yeah.
like, let's say you hero powered on turn 2, and then you play this on turn 3. Well, your totem becomes a 1/3 and has initiative. And then next turn, let's say you use it again. Well, that same totem is now a 2/4. Like, if you get a healing totem or something, right, it's just unnecessarily extra stats. Next one is a common card. That one was a rare card. Next one is a common card, 220, which is the same as Claw Machine. And keep in mind, these are all way better than any other cards that are existent in the neutral meta. But if I'm gonna try to set some standard here. Stormforge Axe is a 186, for example. Runic Carvings, which we played with a lot in this latest expansion, is a 182. But this is a 220. This is where Serpent Shrine Portal is. There we go. That's how good of a card this is. And it is called Cage Match Custodian. 2-mana, 2/2, Battle Cry, draw a weapon.
Yeah. It's also like, so this is really high, 220, but you're drawing weapons, which we know are good. You're drawing the Stormforge Axe, you're drawing the Whack-A-Null Hammers. So not only are you drawing a card, you're drawing some of the best cards, if not the best card in your deck on a very consistent basis.
Yep. And you played Shamans, so you know that you always want a weapon as Shaman. This creates weapon consistency. Because, especially in an arena draft, you're not always going to get the amount of weapons that you may potentially want. So it's just a very good card. Okay. Moving on over, going down, there's we don't have another card until 168. And I say that like it's very low, but it's not. It's very high. There's a lot of good Shaman cards. Jeez. There's like 20 cards before it almost. And it is another common card in this expansion. Very good card. Storm Strike. 3 mana. Deal 3 damage to a minion. Give your hero +3 attack this turn.
A split 6 damage. Pretty freaking good.
For only 3 mana.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's not much to say about it. Like, if you like fireballs, well, this one, only half of it can go face, and you do take some face damage, but it's a 3-mana fireball that can be split damage.
Not overload for 1?
Yeah, right? It's even got that, like, lightning-y thing that always overloads.
Yeah, how does this not overload for 1 at least? I don't get it.
All right, next up, same score basically, 166. It's a rare card, Dunk Tank. Dunk Tank, deal 4 damage, corrupt, then deal 2 damage to all enemy minions. Okay. The idea is that it is a dunk tank, and 4 damage is dealt to a target, and then it hits the dunk tank, and the water splashes everyone, and it deals 2 damage to everyone.
Good
Now,
job. You got it.
I got it. I got it. Except that involves the water being the same as 2 damage. Just water splashing out of a tank. Same as 2 damage. Same as a consecration. Same as a, I don't know, volcanic potion.
It's acid.
The dunk tank has acid in it. Got it. Got it.
Yep. There you go. It's
Uh,
been answered.
okay. So yeah, deal 4 damage. Can go face also, by the way. So you got some nice reach here potential. But what you're really trying to do is get it to be corrupted, and then you have a super swipe. You do need to play 5 mana cards or more in order to get it corrupted. So it's not the easiest thing to do, especially in Shaman with all those overload cards, like 4 mana 7/7s. But yeah, but if you get it, it's really good. If you don't, it's still all right.
Cool. All right. On to the next one. Next one is Pitmaster. Pitmaster is a 3 mana 1/2 battlecry. Summon a 3/2 duelist. If you corrupt it, you summon 2. So for 3 mana, you summoning a 3/2 and a 1/2. That's kind of what you get, anyways. So it's like a offensively statted and just better Razorfen Hunter, which is kind of what you want. And then if you corrupt it, you're getting a lot of good split stats here. So if you corrupt it, then you get for 3 mana double 3/2s and a 1/2, which is a varied board for just 3 mana. That's why it's so good. It's not too hard to corrupt. It's fine played uncorrupted, and it's really good while corrupted.
Yep. Next, we get to Deathmatch Pavilion, which is a epic card, 2 mana. Summon a 3/2 duelist, so it's a raptor. And then, if your hero attacked this turn, summon another. So if you had a weapon and it attacked, or if you were using that spell that gives you attack, you can have 2/3/2 minions for 2 mana. It's good. 126 is the score.
Okay, next we have Magic Fin. Magic Fin is a 3 mana 3/4 Murloc. Vanilla stats. It's got the ability after a friendly Murloc dies, add a random legendary minion to your hand. This went from 0 to 60 really fast. Typically, it's like, oh, after something dies, add like another Murloc to your hand. No. It just says no. Add a random legendary to your hand.
So this ability and this ability is worth 4 points, comparing to Educated Alec. So maybe 5 points if you think the Alec ability is worth 1 point or something. So that's like, it's not a lot, but it's real. Like, there are Murlocs in this game.
There are Murlocs. Part of it is just like, well, card draw isn't as good as it used to be. Also, their legendaries aren't exactly that great. And the amount of times that you can trigger it is not high at all. But
Like
sometimes
once.
you can trigger it. And sometimes the legendary is not complete trash. So, sure, maybe. It gets a few points for it.
Yep. So Fishy Flyer exists in this meta. So does the new Amalgam, which taunts. There are Murlocs that you can somewhat consistently get this to trigger off of.
Yeah. Bilefin Tidehunter.
Wait, is that back?
Yeah, it is.
Oh my god, I didn't even realize Bilefin Tidehunter was back.
Yup, Bilefin Tidehunter.
Jeez. Okay. All right, moving on. Next one is Revolve. Revolve is 1 mana, common card. Transform all minions into ones with the same cost. So it's a double-sided board clear of sorts.
Yeah. Okay. Look, the problem with Revolve is really the fact that, like, okay, so we know what Evolve does, and this doesn't increase the mana cost. It just transforms all minions into random ones of the same cost. So yeah, you want to use up the battle cries, you want to use up the health, um, you want to do all of that. The problem with this kind of taking care of their giant taunt or turning their like using this as a silence effect is that you can't do that and then attack. It turns all
Yep.
of your stuff into other things as well. So that's kind of the problem with Revolve being an actual good card.
Yep. And also, this is a little low. I think it's going to be a 100. This is not a card that the algorithm is calculating. We made up this number, and I had it at 90. Merps wanted it a bit higher, and I've definitely come around since this number was put into the algorithm as a 90. So it's going to be a 100. We'll see how it works. It's kind of hard to for me to kind of visualize how this card is going to work because it stops all of your initiative, like Merp said. But at the same time, right? Opponent plays anything, you revolve, and then you totally messed with them for something worth way more than the value of your revolve. And you can always revolve totems, right? Into tutus and into at least tutus, and other stuff. Yeah. Okay. That is revolve. Do we have any more? Have we gone through it all? Is there one really crappy card hiding? Nope, that's everything. We've covered all of Shaman.
Cool. All right.
Yeah, let's move on. We're gonna do Warlock next. Do we have any shoutouts?
No, we're gonna keep on going. All right.
All right. We will keep on going. See you at the next video. This is Adwikta.
This is Merp. See ya.